Hi everybody, welcome to Fast Home Brew. Today I'm doing my favourite kit, the Cooper's English Bitter, but I'm doing it a little differently. I'm doing it with a mini mash instead of extract because some of the, anyway, here's the kit. That's a regular English Bitter, and normally what you do is you get some of this stuff, that's just sugar. This is dry malt, you put that with it, but instead I'm using these grains, which is, I think I got 1.5 kilos there. Yeah, that's what it says at the top. 1.5 kilos of just plain old ale malt. So I'm effectively going to be making my own extract. So I'll start off with some water and I'm going to mash it. And this shouldn't be too hard for a beginner. And so what I was going to say before was the reason for this is that I've had some kit brews that have come out tasting really good. Almost not kit-y. You know how kits have that flavour? Well, and those had a lot of grains in them, as well as a lot of extract. So I thought, well, let's get rid of all the unnecessary extract and just use the grains. So here we are, we're mashing this. So this should be equivalent to, I don't know, maybe 750 grams of malt extract, maybe? I don't know, but we'll see how we go. I'm going to put that in the oven, but first I'm going to remember to take the lid off. So that's gone into water that is around 70 degrees. It's lost a couple of degrees. Now it's going in the oven. The oven's also set to like keep warm. It's its lowest setting, just so that it's all sort of nice and warm, so that it holds its temperature. And it's probably mashed at maybe 67 degrees, which is fine. It's good temperature. So now it comes out and onto the old IKEA strainer there. And what am I doing? Looks like I'm gonna put it in a different strainer this time. Okay, I guess it's it's a bit of no, I've given up on that. Bit of an unnecessary use of my big pot here. It doesn't really need to make all the dishes for me, but whatever. That's a sparge, if you want to call it that, or just rinsing the grains. Now squeezing out the bits, and that'll go in with the rest of it. I've turned the stove on, so that will come up to boil any second now. Go, boil, go. There it is. So I'm going to set a timer for half an hour. Yeah. I'm not adding any hops or anything, so maybe you wonder why I'm boiling it, but maybe that's a conversation for a different time. Or maybe it's a conversation for now, So, this is sodium percarbonate that I'm cleaning my fermenter with. Just 10 grams a litre, cleaning it all out and wiping it nice there. This is now sanitizing, so first you clean, then you sanitize using Star San, which is 1/1000th of an iota that you use per megalitre of water. Star San lasts forever. I think I opened this one in March or something like that. But yeah, okay, so now everything's getting close to being ready. It's time for the kit to go in. There's the yeast. I'll be using the kit yeast, and I'll just peel this label off. And into the hot water it goes. Yeah, just like that. So that sits there to soften up a bit to make it easier to pour. And here we go with the can opener. And I struggled a bit with this tin. It had a bit of a dent in it. I actually ended up injuring myself. You'll see in a second, I think. If I put this together the way I think I did. So lid comes off, but I don't know if you can see that what I'm grabbing there is a little sort of thin thread of metal that's holding on. So I think, ow, yeah, that's it. I thought maybe I could just pull it with my finger, but no, it's sharp. I ended up just garroting my finger, but anyway, in it goes. Oh, this is the other way. I'm trying this for the first time. I've seen people balance, and I thought maybe with the wide mouth fermenter that won't work, but it did. It stayed there, so that's another way to get your extract in if you don't want to stand there and hold it. Okay, so now that's all the extract into the fermenter. Stir it around to mix it up and add lots of oxygen. Looks like this stuff's done, so that's going to go into the sink to cool down. That thermometer is just being used to sort of monitor the temperature. I want it down below 40 degrees, basically. Then I will get it down closer to 20 with ice cubes in just a second. So that looks like I'm not even bothering to strain it this time because I haven't put any hops in. That's good. Stir it a bit more, and yep, this is the ice. So not the world's greatest ice cube this time around, but still can't argue with results. So filling it up with water now to, I think, the 23 litre mark, except I always leave a little bit of space because on bottling day I had a bit more with my... Am I watching the Travelling Wilburys? That looked like Roy Orbison. I always had a little bit more on bottling day. And 2 packets of yeast. Now, one of these is the one out of the thing, and the other one's a bit older that I got a little while ago with a different kit that's been kept in the fridge. So that's all good. Lid goes on. Are we done? We're done. We're done. That's Nick Cave. Okay, so thanks for watching the video. This will hopefully work out nicely. Hopefully it's an easy way of making a kit that tastes like a lot better than a kit. So, well, here we go. Here it is, and I will just try it out. Why don't I? Seems a little bit undercarbonated, and it wasn't quite, squeezy. And let's give it a taste. And slow motion is never good. Yuck! What is wrong with this? There is something seriously wrong with this beer. It tastes all sour and stuff. Just to hammer home the point there, I'll spit it all out again. So down the drain with you. To hell with this beer. I don't know what's going on there, but obviously some infection has crept in. Okay, so this is my theory. Looking at the playback, those yeasts are quite different colours. I think something's wrong with one of the yeasts and it's caused sour notes. But anyway, I decided to do it again. So this is me, a week or two later, basically just on instant replay. So redoing the whole thing. I know what I started talking about earlier. First of all, I cut a bit of time in this, but not a tremendous amount. This is me basically going through the whole procedure again. So, the boil. Why do you boil it if you're not... why do you boil it normally? Normally, you're trying to extract some bitterness from hops. Also, 15 minutes to get the... kill all the bugs. So, I boiled it for 30 minutes. The other thing that the boil does, apparently, is drive off a thing called DMS, which I don't know what it is, but it can cause an off flavour in your beer. So you're supposed to do it for a whole hour, but I figured that since it was a much smaller proportion, I would only do it for half an hour, and that would do. So I guess I'll see how we go with that one. Number do-over. And do you reckon I was nervous about this do-over beer when it was fermenting? I was up in the shed every 5 minutes, just about, tasting it to make sure that it hadn't gone sour again. And, well, there I am holding the new kit in weird ways. I'm using yeast this time around as well because I want it to be done quickly. So that's a whole thing. It looks like I'm already sanitizing there. Have I? No, I got the thing. Looks like it's in the sink. Shake it around. So I use different yeast to try and finish it off quickly. And that's about it, I guess. So now I'm taking that's the lid coming off the extract going into the thingy. So it must have been boiling for a half hour. If you're a beginner, can you see my pots there on the right? They're from Big W and they cost next to nothing. They are the best value piece of equipment I have probably. I think the big one was only $20 and maybe the little one, so the big one's 20 litres, the little one's 6 to 8 litres or something like that, and it's maybe $12 or something. But yeah, if you're among the Australian home brewers, the Big W pots are quite famous for their value. Not sure if they work with an induction cooktop if you've got one of those, but I don't know. Go around to their store and stick a magnet to it and see what happens. Okay, so looks like that's a sample coming out now, so I must be just about done. Sanitizing my scissors. That's the sort of thing you don't normally see me do, but I do sanitize scissors and things. Alright, we're all done. Fingers crossed. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and wish me luck.